ISB. We're actually seeing it. Oh, Callus could be here. 7 only? Oh, this feels so weird. He's really just switched up completely. This is beautiful. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to Andor Season 1, Episode 4. Now, I have to say the first arc was just phenomenal, and it set this story off to such an amazing start. It sets up a key difference between the Rebellion and the Empire, because of course, with the Empire, everyone is just seen as cogs working for the big machine, while the Rebellion actively went out their way to not find the cog, but the person that got the cog. It shows they value the actual person and what they're capable of, rather than just wanting numbers and manpower. So already through Andor's story, we're seeing such a great contrast between his side and the Imperial side, but on top of all that, we get to see just more of the evils of the Empire through the first arc, with basically how Bix is treated. Her boyfriend died in front of her. Yes, I kind of think he brought it on himself. He called everyone here and he got shot by them. But he died in front of her, and she was left handcuffed to the wall for who knows how long, having to stare that in the face. The way they captured the authoritarian nature of this organization is done so well, and I can't wait to see more of it, because it's going to make me happy that they are gone and reinforce the idea that they really should not come back, even with Thrawn on the way. But then the final scene of the arc, watching the mirrored sort of flashback-ish stuff with young Andor being taken away by Marva, and now old Andor being taken away by Luthen, it shows the two teachers. Marva obviously taught young Andor everything he knows now, and now Luthen is going to teach him all the different things about being a rebellion person. So I can't wait to watch what this new journey has in store for him. I hope that it goes into detail about everything he had to go through to actually get into the rebellion. And then I also just love the idea of his story mirroring Imperial Deputy Guy. He's going to become a complete nightmare of a person with just how he failed in the last episode. He just felt frightening. His failure just felt frightening. You could see how broken and destroyed he was by it, so you know he's going to work on himself to become someone that will never happen to again. So I think I'm just really looking forward to seeing this journey and watching Andor grow into the rebel that we know from Rogue One, but also watching this new guy grow into someone the complete opposite. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. If you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description, of them uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's just dive on in.
They're coming. Do as I say.
Calculations complete.
They can't. Well, I mean, there was one You're already gone. Okay, you're fine. Don't think they can track you. That was a very quick hyper jump.
Bleeding on my floor. Fix your arm.
Okay, I love the mystery this guy carries with him, and I can't wait to learn more about him.
What's that? Mad Nog. This is it.
Okay, trusting. Don't think it's poison.
Seems to me you have two choices. Either I drop you somewhere and you start running, or come with me and help with something important.
Come on, help with something important.
You try and kill me and take the ship.
Love that he even thinks of the third option.
Fine, important. Taking something of real value from the Empire.
What exactly is that? So you want this thief, but then what is it? There's something bigger than the thing that you got before.
It is everything I want.
The real stick in the eye of the Empire.
Excellent.
And get paid for it.
It'll be your job then to destroy the Empire.
I think it's all useless.
Better to spit in their food and steal their trinkets.
It's better to leave. Better to eat, sleep, do what you want.
And we have setup, so he needs to somehow get from this to be willing to kill for the rebellion and willing to die for it.
You were on the ground in Mimban for 6 months. You came in as a cook. You lived because you ran.
How do you know so much?
You're right about one thing. The Empire had you fighting each other, which should make you hate them all the more, and you do.
Yes, he does. He's just trying to live.
Don't matter what you tell me or tell yourself, you'll ultimately die fighting these bastards.
Love it. Bring out the Andor that we know.
Wouldn't you rather give it all at once to something real and carve off useless pieces till there's nothing left?
Yes. Oh, I love him so much. The writing's insane.
Risk my ass for the Starpath unit. I came for you.
I love him. Come on, Andor. Feel special. Feel just empowered.
5 days. Big stakes, big danger. Prep team, good plan.
Okay, fun mission. What is it?
Survive and deliver. I'll give you 200,000.
A lot, but then what is it the thing that you want to steal? That seems big. You're offering, what were you offering the small box for? Like 30, 40,000?
Payroll for an entire Imperial sector.
A payroll? You're stealing payroll. Okay, that's good. All right, okay. So I'm going to sound really stupid now. Is payroll essentially just the detailed documentation of who gets paid during that sector? Or are they actually trying to steal the actual money going to those people? Because that would be detrimental to the Empire. If you just took all of that money so they couldn't pay anyone, that would really hurt. ISB? We're actually seeing it. Oh, Callus could be here.
The dimensions of the conflict have diminished sufficiently that mining has resumed on the occupied land.
Storage issues with the displaced?
I like this scene. It's so detailed in just what they're talking about.
My staff is awaiting an assessment from Avala 6's ministerial director.
Because they've done such an excellent job so far, hmm?
He's just putting everyone down.
What is our purpose, Legret?
I can't remember. In Rebels, you had a guy that sort of mentored Callus. Is that the same guy?
We're here to further security objectives by collecting intelligence, providing useful analysis, and conducting effective covert action, sir.
Oh, she's special.
Is verbatim from the ISB mission statement and wrong.
Oh, no, not impressed her.
We are healthcare providers. We treat sickness. We identify symptoms. We locate germs.
That is a good way to put it, and terrifying to think about with the Empire.
They tried to serve a warrant and ran into more trouble than they'd anticipated.
Trouble meaning what?
Several dead, property damage, interruption of service.
Is that Andor's thing?
Elaborate on these added protection requests for traffic to the Abrian sector.
Proactive measures, sir.
There's a lot of information. I don't know if I've caught all of it. Okay, there's clearly definitely one person in there that we're following a lot more. Blondie, name began with the D. Gonna need to hear it again. Okay, so is that a new character that's setting up?
Think of a name. Think of a name for yourself.
He's not called Andor yet.
Clem. For the next 5 days, you'll be Clem.
Okay, no, he is casting Andor first. Okay, Clem. They look fun. Who are they?
Who's that? You'll be working for her.
I thought you were in charge.
I never said that.
So what's Sid do? What are you doing then?
She's gonna hate this idea to start. She's gonna argue with me.
And you can already predict all of this. Every scene with him just shows how capable he is. He's already predicting the argument, and then he can think about how to win it.
Take this.
Oh, what is it? Is that important to you? Clearly.
It's a down payment. It's a Quati signet. Blue Kyber, Skystone, the ancient world.
Kyber?
Raised the uprising against the Rakatan invaders.
Ooh, that's Vakatan. Isn't that the thing that came from the very Outer Rim or something? That seems big lore-wise.
Be worth more to me. I want it back when this is over.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so it's a very important thing to him sentimentally as well. I need more info. Blue Kyber, Ratakan Empire, invasion. Huh?
Obviously something's wrong.
No, actually I think things are coming together.
Optimism, yay. Yeah, pacing. This is a very big ask. So what does the plan look like? No, don't even think about flying off. The ship's alive.
Something I can help you with.
The ship's basically a droid.
We go in 3 days.
Increases your chances of success dramatically.
Now, like this. 5 months in, just...
Okay, so their plan is already in motion, and then he's just adding another piece to it.
We've been eating roots and sleeping on rocks for this rebellion, and now you've got a mercenary on board.
Yeah, I don't think he's winning this.
What would I tell the others?
You tell them it was always a part of the plan.
Answer for everything. Okay.
You take him or call it off. I was planning to shut you down. Your odds have improved since we set the meeting.
Okay, so this guy is a very high up rebellion leader then, right? Because this is a mission for the rebellion. She is a leader for sort of this mission, and he's commanding her.
You wanted to lead. This is what it comes to. Got 3 days. Something feels off, something turns. Someone starts to fold. You step up, you lead, you cancel the mission.
The intensity is awesome.
And if he's the problem?
Well, that's the advantage of renting him. He's disposable.
You didn't tell him that.
This has to be a win, Val.
Because we've seen one of the rebellion's first victories. So how is this going to go? Because this seems very much rebellion activity. Or has the rebellion already had their first big victory yet? So that was in Rebels, wasn't it? How much did Luthen tell him? Does he play along? What are people asking about the mercenary stuff?
Imperial inspectors have had time to inventory. You will holo certify receipt of said items. You will holo certify confirmation.
It's disciplinary.
And no, you will not waste further Imperial time reading the report.
But I've had nothing to do with this.
Well, exactly.
And that's also seen as a bad thing. Under your command, you allowed this to happen.
Ineptitude and total disengagement for this farce to have reached the full apex of incredulous disaster.
Lovely words. You're so gonna rat him out, aren't you?
My files are filled with corporate security fiascos, but this takes the prize.
He looks dead inside.
And you, Deputy Inspector Khan.
Khan, finally, a name.
Take solace in this. You will not be replaced. The Milana system is under permanent Imperial authority.
He's giving no reaction. Okay, so he's just lost his job, essentially, then? Is he breaking? I feel like there's tiny, subtle movements in his face, but I can't read it.
Is your arm something I need to worry about?
No.
Well, it's a long walk. Through the night.
And up a mountain.
He told me you were the boss, and you wouldn't like my being here. It's about all I know.
He is something we will never discuss.
Why?
Camp, we're going to tell them this was my idea and we've been planning it all the while. We never mention him.
Why?
If you change that in any way, you and I are going to have a big problem.
Okay, I think I'm starting to build together what this plan is now. Are these locals? It's got to be locals. You can't tell them about him. You can't tell them about Luther. Why? Clearly they don't realise they're connected to the rebellion then, because he clearly is that connection. And to not know about him, because they don't know about everything else.
He told me about the payroll, not the garrison.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Taking on an Imperial armory?
Are you not joining us?
How many of us are there?
Now we are 7.
7 only?
Save your wind! This is a long walk.
Up a mountain. Yeah, just breathe. The sounds. What is that? Oh! I couldn't tell what that gave me scared. Could not tell what they were for a sec. Thought they might have been animals. Nope.
It says 5 dead. 1 local and 4 Primor security employees.
Which local died? Oh yeah, no. I would have forgotten about him.
Varnisi. Unauthorized Imperial equipment. Ferrix 0430.
There it is.
Right, that gives us jurisdiction. I want you to go to Blevins' office, tell them we need everything they've got on Ferrix.
Okay, okay, so there's a big investigation going on. So they're trying to figure out how Andor got this thing too. So Andor's going to become like an even bigger problem for the Empire. Oh no. So first off, he's only killed 2 people. That already got him, like, noticed. And then this is going to connect him even more. What are you up to now? You've left Andor. A wig? What are you up to? Golden rings, you're important. And you're practicing a smile? This is interesting. What are you doing? Is it? Who's the real him? Who's the real version of him? I'm so... Huh?
There used to be hundreds of settlements up here. 40,000 Aldanis all across the highlands.
And the Imperials wiped them all out.
But it only took the Empire a decade to clear them out.
Yep.
There's an enterprise zone in the lowlands.
And then working there.
Factories, new towns, Imperial housing.
Great.
It's the perfect hub for distribution, if one were trying to take over the galaxy.
Yeah, and so does that mean the Empire's trying to expand then?
There's still a few shepherds in the hills. Nature lovers, mystics, dead enders.
Mystics, Force, maybe. I don't know if this show would do anything with the Force. Like, would they involve a character like that with the Rebellion? We know they've got to be rare. You had Ezra and Kanan and Ahsoka. This is 5 years before A New Hope. So Ahsoka, I think, may be missing, or she's not with the ghost yet.
An Imperial Star Path unit was stolen from the Steerguard Naval Yard and found at the scene. That gives me jurisdictional access.
He's interested.
Are you denying my request?
For the 2nd time today.
Fine. I'll take it to Major Particat.
Don't look down.
Okay, interesting. She's definitely a main character now, okay. And she's also quite scary. So she is our door to the bigger thing that connects Andor with the Empire. And what other trouble he will get into.
Everyone's dead.
Please be...
While you were sleeping, they came in, slit everybody's throat.
Good, just keep it as a lesson, thank you.
Saw Guerrera. Fall asleep on watch, they're gonna put your head on a pike for a laugh.
Saw Guerrera reference.
Don't tell Val. I won't. You will. You better think what you're gonna say, because she's coming down now.
Oh dear, you should not have fallen asleep. And she's coming with someone else. How are you going to react?
There's 2. What do you make of that? We better make sure they know what's coming.
So this is your 7. Was that including Andor and Vel? So obviously Vel. We've seen 2, another 2, so that's... We're still missing, I think, 1 person. I love sort of the distrust here, because this plan going on for months, and you just share it with someone. And of course, Andor isn't sort of the best. His character is questionable if they got to know him.
He's been able to fight his way free. He'll give us critical redundancy in all areas.
Good. It's already throwing people off. Is there any way you can save it?
This is Taramin, Nemik, and Cinta. We've always known we were short a man.
Can I speak with you?
So this is all of them.
Good to have you, Clem. We'll take all the help we can get.
Okay, 1 positive, everyone else very suspicious. Because of course he's already lying about his name as well. So if they find out anything, this whole thing falls apart.
Now, unless you 2 want to be chasing animals all day, I'd get out there now. Let's get to it. We'll work Clem into the program at drill.
Because you can't even say he's a mercenary, can you? You just can't say anything. Everyone's just going to be distrustful, you've been working on a plan, they're going to think you're a spy. This is not a good scenario to be in. This place looks cool, love the water. Oh, here we go. What are you up to now? So I believe he's just been fired completely, so he's got nothing left. So Andor truly has destroyed everything for him, even his job. I just love the silence of these scenes because we know exactly what he's thinking. He's just drowning in his thoughts, really. He's being disciplined. He's just drowning in failure. His whole life is now surrounded by it, and it's all Andor's fault. We're going to see his just motivation start. And he's so slow with everything he's doing, with how he put his bag down, how he got it up.
Mother.
Okay. Interesting.
What are you staring at?
Well, she's happy to see you, that's something, but there's still not a smile on that guy's face. So he's really lost everything and now has to go back to his mum.
And we can use a hand, but this late in the game.
As opposed to
You
when?
trust him with our lives?
That's my call to make.
Okay, so we are talking about the trust issue, but also just time.
I want to.
Feel what?
His belief in the cause.
You...
When it comes down to it, that's all I need to know.
But you are wrong in that I don't think Andor is that invested at the minute. We're still waiting to see that. Luthen has picked up on it, but it hasn't been brought to the surface yet.
Okay. All right.
And you lied. He's going to do something. I don't trust this. I feel like this is all set up for him to turn. This is the first episode of the new arc. Something bad's going to happen with this. Andor's not going to pull through.
Senator Mon Mothma's here.
Mothma?
New driver.
Anyone we know?
And she's called Senator. Yep, Empire. She isn't Chancellor yet.
Chandlerland.
One would think.
Oh, what the... What?
Senator, what a pleasure to see you.
Even speaks slightly different.
It's right when you're leaving, everyone remembers all the things they meant to bother you with.
Free your mind, Senator. This is a place where time stands still.
Oh, this feels so weird. He's really just switched up completely.
He's Dave Days. It's a Chandlerland custom.
Yours is a rich history.
Well, that's a kind way of putting it.
I put aside a few things.
He works so well. I'm kind of just lost in awe with how quickly he switched up. Like, who is he? Like, he still uses the same name.
It's no harm in looking. We just got in some terribly interesting coins.
It's nice. Yeah, basically just treat it like a museum.
I'm trying to expand parents' taste beyond fighting implements. Is there anything else that might interest you?
Well, your timing is excellent.
I saw they were saying more Mon Mothma's personal life, just trying to find a gift for her husband. But you now distracted her driver. Why? What are you doing?
Sharing the same mouth.
If you can't deliver, I need to know.
I'm not trying.
But I need to start planning if you're no longer coming through for us.
That is brilliant. Oh, I love this so much.
I can't pull funds the way I used to. They're watching me now.
They're watching everyone.
You pulled funds, huh?
There's a new spy every day at the Senate. I visit the bank. They're all new faces.
She's getting paranoid.
I feel under siege.
They're coming for her. Do you have people in Carbonite back here?
Need funding, not more people to worry about.
Don't lecture me on vulnerability. No one's more at risk than I am.
Yep, she's right in the belly of the beast.
I'd be the first one to fall.
I'm trying to think of where we are in the timeline now. So she's before her appearance in Rebels.
Take this on loan.
May I?
If your husband doesn't love it, I'll be glad to take it back.
Back to the switch up. Oh, this is so cool.
But I trust you'll have the courage to turn back. It should be a bit much.
I appreciate that. You'll be here?
Well, if not, Claire can always reach me.
So much veiled messages through that. Wow. So he just has a shop of antiquities. That's what he does on Coruscant. It's no wonder he can pay Andor 200,000 credits. Like, she can't even relax now as well, because the driver is, like, could be in on it. And then working against her. She's in a very tricky position. So, is she going to be some, like, main person here? Because I want to see her, the build-up there. Because eventually she does have to, we know when she does fully join the rebellion. Can that sort of link to things?
He's with us. Stay.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, no.
We've no say in this?
It's not a boat.
Just like that.
It's been in the works.
What else don't I know about?
Yeah, because this could just destroy the plan.
What were you going to do if I couldn't get here today? Just turn up with an extra face to explain?
I knew you'd come through.
I love how difficult this whole situation is. They're not even fighting yet. It's just about Andor trying to get into this group.
Clem is our backup.
We have an extra uniform. Gonna need to leave us your belt and gloves.
Clem!
Go on, make introductions.
We need another hand, and you know it.
Should have been consulted.
On that we agree.
So is he like second in command?
This is Lieutenant Gorn.
Lieutenant, nice.
He's our contact at the garrison.
Wounded, on top of it.
Contacted the garrison. You're with the garrison?
Are we done?
Who is he?
He's Clem. He's here. That's all that matters.
But we're wasting daylight.
How much do they know about each other compared to, of course, Clem? Is it like this similar thing where they all have to just trust and not give him information? Or are they all like very close and Clem is just here?
I'm pushing all our attention toward the lowlands.
How long do we have you?
I've got a midnight inspection.
Let's get going.
Okay, it's just insane they have like a garrison informant. That is interesting. So he can get out, right, whenever he needs to. Well, this place is just stunning. She has white bonsai trees. This place is almost blinding with how white it is. This is beautiful!
What's all this?
Dinner for the governor.
That's tonight.
It's on your calendar. I added it a month ago after we discussed it.
Okay, so you might be trusted then? You've been here a while? You're not new?
Are you enjoying this?
No, just looking forward to seeing some old friends.
Who else is coming?
Seating chart's just there.
I can't get over how beautiful her home is.
You can't be serious. These people hate me. They spend every day trying to undo anything I've touched.
Oh,
Perhaps tomorrow they'll think twice.
He's trying. He's sincere at least, but she knows the bigger picture.
You shouldn't have invited them without making sure I was aware.
I know they're going to be in her home.
Well, it's a bit late to cancel.
They could bug things.
Your fun friends just cut off their shipping lanes yesterday. Do you know how many will starve? Perhaps we can laugh about it over the third course.
Perhaps you should have a rest.
Why is he going to decide all of this? How could she not put her foot down and make this stop?
There's rumour you bought me a present.
It's going back.
That's her husband.
Must everything be boring and sad?
You're her husband. Oh, great, no. I thought he worked for her. Oh, dear. And he is clearly not in the know.
They quickly discovered the unique storage possibilities of the caverns, claimed the land for the Emperor, and dammed up Nas McLean.
I love this little model.
Sentry defences, all to protect this runway opening here.
I'll do it. It's fragile, that piece.
He made the model nice.
Val said you could pilot.
Fly a runner?
A box freighter? Not really flying, but yeah.
So good. Make them confident in you.
We're taking crates of payroll from that room, loading the freighter and escaping out of the runway.
So crates of payroll. My stupid question is being answered. It's actually the money.
From the garrison.
50 clicks, you said.
52.
Fine, 52. They'll be on you in minutes.
9 minutes.
Got that counted. Yay.
That's why they only keep a 40-man regiment in the garrison.
Because they know no one's stupid enough to try it.
So that's kind of good. I like seeing that Clem just isn't on board with it though, and not like how into it they are.
The Eldanis gather in this valley for a celestial event they call Makani Bredani, the Eye of Aldani.
So that'll be a big distraction, hopefully.
Imagine 50 meteor showers all at once, but like a curtain being pulled across the sky.
Awesome. Please say we see this. Is this your distraction?
The window to the galaxy forms over the horizon.
Let this be the distraction. I want to see it desperately now.
Now they've got everyone relocated. It's a pretty sad affair, but the Eye, it's not something you'll soon forget.
And that is the distraction. So a lot of people won't be here. They'll still won't. It'll be empty, but it is something.
Very heavy, but small and unstable. As the planet passes through the belt, they swarm the atmosphere, heat up, and explode.
Okay, so there's a giant explosion. Great.
It's a thing of beauty. In the sky is chaos.
So you can't leave through it.
Trajectory that gets us out just before the eye closes.
Okay.
This happens in 3 days' time.
And that sounds like a white nightmare.
That's your cover.
It sounds good.
Gets us in, gets us out.
Stops other people from getting you.
Now you've got a lot to learn and very little time to do it. So what we need to know is, are you in all the way?
Let's get to it.
Okay, I don't quite know if I don't quite trust it either, because there's two options. Either he'll fail and he won't do it, or this could be his first step into actually joining the rebellion fully.
She's overreaching to increase the size of her portfolio. She should spend more time on the security at her bases and less furthering her career.
She is following a lead. She's found a symptom and now she's going to try and find, the disease.
It is my feeling that this is part of an ongoing effort to steal proprietary Imperial equipment in anticipation of an organized rebellion that begin to suggest a pattern.
Your feeling?
Shouldn't have done that word. No, I don't want to side with her. You're bad. Empire.
Gut instinct.
You came to us from enforcement.
Yes, sir.
Here, we act on vetted and verified information.
She's not getting away.
When this materializes into something more definite, until then, confine future activities to your sectors. Thank you, Lieutenant.
So yet nothing. And failed. And he's just happy about it.
His quarterly reports, however, are in, and yours are not, and here we are spending your valuable time with this issue.
Certain things aren't looking good for you.
But senseless to ignore and potentially the foundation of a uniquely superior career. You're supposed to be more competent and tucked away. That's why you're here.
Oh dear, she reached for too much.
On a positive note, I was impressed with your detention numbers from Sev Top, far above the quote.
Okay, so some good
Maybe
things
sending more of that sort of work your way.
Thank you, sir.
We're done.
And ending it, cool. Yay. So maybe this investigation, no. She's going to keep going independently, isn't she? This is something Andor's dealing with. You're definitely going to keep investigating it. Is Andor just sat on his own on the opposite side of the fire? No one trusts him at all.
Know how to use this.
Don't make the first attempt to sort of be friends.
You get done with that? That's a detailed map of the garrison. That's an Aldani phrase book.
Why are they watching him? What are they waiting for him to do?
You'll eat, you'll let Cinta check the bandage, and you'll have learned all that by morning.
Okay, so we've got to do a lot. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. I know they didn't question his capability of it. He just wanted to eat his food. Nice. Is he happy with this? Because the character that we've been introduced to feels like a runner. Ending? Okay. Still not used to how this ends. It ends on like quite a soft sort of moment. It feels like things can continue. But yeah, the character we've been introduced to feels like a runner. He feels like someone that when an issue arises, he has to get away from it. We saw that with how he dealt with the people he killed. So here, he may say that he's invested and wants to help, but ultimately, do I believe that? When the chips are down, and maybe like they're under threat or something, can they rely on him? I do not think so. I think we are yet, if he is so into the rebellion, I feel like that's too fast. He's got to be, something else has to happen for him to be ready to die for the rebellion. That is not here yet. The money, he hasn't seen it. It's basically just words at the minute. He can't put his faith in that. He can't sort of say he's doing this for the 200,000. He very much cares for his own life and the people that were around him on the old planet. So I don't see this going well. I thought either if all falls apart and he walks away from it and somehow finds a way to escape, or something bad will happen. Something bad always happens. Something's not going to go right, and he'll come down to his decision to either run or stick it out. And maybe it isn't like a life or death thing, but it gets his foot in the door with the rebellion. It opens him up to actually wanting to do more for it. That is what I'm hoping this is. But right now, I do not feel confident with him. The way this just leaves off and emphasizes how much they need him and how much they need to trust him shows that that's going to be sort of tested. And that's what makes me feel uneasy. Because you know that moment of trust is going to come in the heat of the moment where someone could die. But yeah, looking at this episode, this was very good. Definitely the setup of a new arc because we kind of left quite a few characters behind. Marva, Bix, they weren't in this. Yeah, Luthen. Absolutely love him. The switch up between his whatever he does, I don't want to call it personalities, his job, his personas, his rebellion guy, who I'm assuming is the real one, and then his Coruscant antiquities dealer. Very fun, and how he's using that as a cover. That's so cool. Like, I love the guy's connections too. He's talking to Mon Mothma and talking about the rebellion and that sort of aspect. So that is how she has those connections. Awesome. We also got to see more on Mon Mothma because I do want her character built. We're still unsure about her as the Chancellor because, again, I wouldn't say she feels weak. It feels like she's trying too much to not be like Palpatine. She can still be a bit more forceful because, again, we're seeing that here. She's not being forceful with her husband, who's just invited essentially enemies over for dinner. That's not good, and she can't do anything about it. But again, it's still like a personal relationship, so can she put her foot down? But then again, it's her enemies. Like, what do you do? But yeah, listening to this plan, this whole episode was set up, and I'm loving that. We get a lot of info on what this plan is and how much it depends on Andor doing his part. So he's essentially the driver, right? He is I would assume the getaway driver, I think. That's what I'm picking up from all of this. That's a lot. And they are actually taking out payroll, which is very good. That would completely disrupt the Empire, and it would be an awesome move. But I'm trying to remember what the Rebellion's first big thing was. I know there was a whole emphasis on the Rebellion's first big victory. It might have been Rogue One. No, they're an established rebellion then. I can't quite remember. It was recent as well. My memory is bad. Yeah, so I'm just not sure if this is going to work or not. I would love it to work because it would be so much fun to watch the Empire scramble as a giant sector loses its payroll. But also, that would mean the rebellion got a victory when I don't know if it could yet because we know when they do. Yeah, then the set designs for this are absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so love the locations, the mountains, the greenery, the grass, all of that. Love that. Then you have Mon Mothma's home, which looked stunning. The bonsai trees, the whites, all of it, the dining table, it looks so beautiful. That's definitely the house fitting for a senator. So I just love how much effort is put into that. She's only been introduced this one episode already. Her set, probably one of the most elaborate, I'd say, or the most expensive looking, but of course probably very cheap to put everything together, I guess. In like context, I guess that's probably cheaper to make than probably an entire set or filming on location. But it's still, I just love how much effort they're putting into all of these locations. It's so good. Yeah, we also get introduced to another new character. I've forgotten her name, I'm sorry. But like, she is an ISB agent like Callus, but she's new and she's not quite found her footing yet. At least people don't sort of respect her as much as they would Callus. So Callus could still be here though, so that's interesting. Now, I need to remember the timelines, and that's what's annoying. If Mon Mothma is here, Callus is with the Empire still. That's what I'm going with. But yeah, this new one, she's very new, that she's untrusted and untested. She's technically on the right path, and obviously she's going to investigate it for herself. And that's what's going to make Andor kind of a bigger deal for the Empire than he currently is. He's on their radar because of what happened, but he stole that thing. The Rebellion have luckily found him first because they realize how valuable that is, but then the Empire can see that's also a very valuable trait to have. Or this might not lead anywhere, and it could just be an example of, again, the Empire not like missing the big things, the things that people are capable of. Because she found it. She took what the guy said to heart about looking at the symptoms and finding the disease. That's what she did. But of course, they brushed past it. And that's the Empire's problem. They don't see the value and possibility and capabilities of people. But then looking at this story, I do like this is a rebellion plan. We get to see something, and it's cool. They're trying to steal a payroll, which will be detrimental to the Empire for it would do quite a lot. It's a very good move. I just like the detail that they go into it, talking about the locals, how the planet is doing, how many people are there, the ties, everything. It feels so well detailed because you can feel the stress and emphasis of how important this mission is, and also how risky it is with their little maneuver. It basically comes down to the time of year. Oh no, the time every 3 years. That's what this depends on. So it's very interesting. So I really want to see that now. I want to see what they described because they described it amazingly. But it's very clear this could be all messed up, and it all depends on if Andor can stick it out and actually put all of his effort into this and not try and think, oh, I need to get away and have a backup plan. Right then, starting off, I think first things first, this arc feels like Andor's test. We have been introduced to this guy who's quite flaky, who's got this desire to find his sister, and that's been put to the back as he's trying to navigate the mess that he caused for himself. Now he's been thrown into this situation where he needs to decide for himself whether or not this is something he wants to commit to. Of course, we know where eventually he will end up, but of course they can still do things in between that to build out his character. What was the road like to get him to be willing to give his life for the rebellion? Because here, he definitely is not there yet, and I'm waiting to see what this mission will eventually turn into. Right now, he's basically here just for the money and because he had nowhere else to go. He's not motivated for the cause yet. Luthen can see the desire and the hatred for the Empire is within him, but he has not brought it to the surface yet. So this could be a good opportunity for that to come out. But I'm still wary and quite worried because of how much it depends on him. You know, things in stories always go wrong, that's what makes them interesting. But the only thing that can go wrong for this is because of Andor. So he's going to have to waver at some point that makes them question his sort of loyalty to this or his drive for the cause. Things will mess up and then hopefully he'll come back around and save the day, or he will run and just flee. And then there'll be another opportunity for him to actually get with the rebellion. Because there's so many different ways that this could go. This is pure just setup for maybe he could grow from this, or maybe this is something that he will look back on in the past and want to do better from. Luthen, absolutely love this guy, and I just want more of him each and every episode now. So I just love the two characters that we get presented to, kind of through him. His main rebellion, South. Now, we get a bit of info on what his standing is in the rebellion, and it seems pretty high up. I honestly kind of want to say I want to say that he's what Mon Mothma was before she joined the rebellion. He is talking to her kind of like equals with just their little meeting, and it's clear that he could shoot down this mission if he chose to. He has a lot of authority. He's on Coruscant. Either that, or he's like this very secretive agent that's able to infiltrate Coruscant and go to the rebellion. So there's a lot of different things that he's playing around with, but I just love how important and influential his character feels. And then the switch up he gives as the antiquities dealer is just brilliant. And way to just show off Skarsgård's range and just being able to switch up personalities like that and give a completely different feeling to the performance. Going from this just happy, cheery person, that could be like their own character in themselves. That could be a completely other character who's just happy to show around the collection. Then to go out back and then completely switch it up so quickly to talk to Mon Mothma about the truth of what's actually going on. Brilliant. I actually really hope we see more of that, and I hope that Mon Mothma can go back to this place more and they can just talk like this, because it's so much fun to watch. And it adds like a nice levity to his character where he is this mysterious and powerful figure. He is also able to do this. It adds to a cool factor, but also makes him feel lighter. He also had some kind of interesting lore drop stuff, and I'm going to need explanation on it. I believe the Ratakan invasion was when they tried to invade the galaxy and they're from the mysterious unknown regions or whatever. So that apparently has happened, and he has a kyber crystal thingy from it. That sounds interesting, and I want more info on that. And then, of course, Mon Mothma returns. Love to see her again. I hope that this does do a lot for her, because I've got to remember, this show is building up to Rogue One. At Rogue One, that is at the doorstep of A New Hope. So there's 5 years this show has to cover, which is plenty of time if Mon Mothma is sticking around for the entire show, to see her journey in the rebellion as well. So I'd say she is the second biggest character for this show. Of course, Andor being the main biggest character, Mon Mothma also has that sort of history and relevance, unlike the other characters we've been introduced to. Of course, others feel big and important, like Luthen, but he doesn't have the history that the others have. So I'm now really hoping that Mon Mothma sticks around, and this show can basically be a bridge for the rebellion and another way of how we're getting to see it be built up. Because we've seen it established and just running in Rebels, but I'd love to see how it actually got its start when it's all clustered and just kind of difficult like this. Rebels showed its official formation and official organization, but it was mainly because of cells. I'm assuming Luthen is his own cell at the minute, but he seems very high up in the sort of how it's being organised because he's working with Mon Mothma. But I'd love to just watch her journey as she navigates the Empire and the Senate, and maybe even watching her get to the rebellion as well through rebels. The deputy again is such an interesting case. He barely got anything to do in this episode, but I think it is more set up for his story. He has been fired, I believe. He has been let go from his position, because now I'm trying to understand what his position was. So we have the Empire that basically can't be everywhere at once, so they have these other organisations that deputy is... We got his name. 1 sec, I'm going to look up his name because I've already forgotten it. Khan. Khan is working for this little delegated unit, which the Empire don't quite control, but they're just there so the Empire doesn't have to be. He has now been fired and now been replaced by the Empire. So Andor has completely destroyed him and everything that he loved and worked for, and now he's back living with his mum and he feels unbelievably defeated. Of course, the mum is very happy to see him, but there's not one trace of a smile on his face. So I think this is still building up to, I guess, I'm so firmly believing he's going to become a nightmare. From what we watched, he's going to be built up to something terrifying. Andor and him interacting felt powerful when Andor held him at gunpoint. He is going to become the main villain for this show, and we get to watch as he builds up to that. So this is kind of a stumbling point for him. He's fallen down, but he's going to be built up. He's going to find something else to do. There's a good chance that the new lady at the ISB might contact him since he was part of the involvement of this whole case thing. So there is a way for him to get back in. But I just love what we're seeing from him and how beaten down he is, because it just means when he rises up, it's going to be that much more interesting. And of course, terrifying, because he is a bad guy. Then we have Dedra, who is our window into the ISB. I love that we're seeing them again in just another aspect of the Empire. Now, I've got to remember, at this point in time, Callus should be with them. Don't know if we would see him. It'd be quite fun, but I don't know if that'd be distracting. Don't quite know. I'd definitely be distracted by just seeing him again because that'd be cool. But of course, would I want to see him like this, where he is still fully with the Empire? Probably not. But I think it's just so much fun to see this side of the Empire again. And I love how they describe the ISB as the healthcare for the Empire. They're not enforcement. They're not the police officers. They're not the stormtroopers. They are the thing that looks at what's going on in the galaxy, finds the symptoms, finds the rebellions and the little uprisings, and tracks them to their source and crushes the disease. They are that. They are basically the antibodies for the Empire. The immune system, which is such a fun way to look at them, because now we can just see the two characters that have been set up through the Empire, Dedra and Khan, and we can see their differences and similarities, because I think these two characters are meant to symbolize the cogs of the Empire. They are just not quite individuals, they are just people that do their thing. I think they pretty much have the same facial expressions as well. They just stay calm and just nothing and just in the moment, just statues essentially. Well, that's what they try to be. They are very similar, but the differences are Khan is an enforcer that wants to pound down, he wants to just annihilate any disturbance and track down cases and stuff and make sure everything's running smoothly, while Dedra wants to find the diseases and stomp them out. It's very interesting just to follow both of these because I feel like they're both they definitely feel like they're going to be big players going forward. Khan especially, Dedra feels like she's been set up alongside Mon Mothma, so I would hope that she becomes something big as well, because you can see bits of development points that they can go down. Khan currently is at rock bottom. Dedra is being looked down on and her investigation kind of squashed. Yet she is so close. She is our window into getting Andor fully under the Empire's radar, because currently he's not. He's kind of broken free. Khan has been let go. The Empire's no longer after Andor. He's just done. He's fine. But if Dedra gets her way and her investigation continues, which I think it will, because I think she'll go rogue, that will connect Andor yet again. And that means a larger thing will be after him, not just some adjacent unit to the Empire, the actual ISB. So it does feel like if she gets more to do, that would make this whole plot feel much bigger in the sense that a huge chunk of the Empire would then be after Andor. Then the plan. I've got to try and understand the plan. I love how complex everything is made in this, because half it does go over my head. But I love that they capture the feeling of this is insanely risky, it might not work, and it is all dependent on Andor. It doesn't fill me with hope, because I feel like this is going to be a test for him. I don't know if he will succeed at it, but it's clear that it's so dependent on him. There's going to be something that goes wrong, and Andor will either have to choose to solve it or abandon it or do something. It will revolve around him, and that's what terrifies me, because it's being focused on so much. This plan, it's a suicide run. This place is so different, weirdly fortified, that they do not expect anyone to try and take it on. They're going at it with 7 people. They do seem to have like a good plan with the eye thing opening up, which would be a good distraction because everyone's eyes will be on it. Plus it seems to be a good way to get away since it's like a giant chaotic thing out there as well. So that is good. But no matter what, the amount of stress and importance Andor now plays into this plan means that he is either going to save it or destroy it. There's not an in-between. Because I do like that we've been introduced to these 6 characters then, or 7 including Andor. Because they all feel like they've got their own good little personalities going on. They all work well together. It does feel like we've gone from Bix, Marva, and Andor's friends to now these people. So I do like that we get a new little cast of characters for the arc, but now we get to see their safety depend on Andor yet again, because that's what happened in the first one. Andor bringing his troubles to the planet, put everyone else in danger, but they were fine with it. They went along with it and they helped him. Now that's kind of happening again, where these people's safeties and lives depend on Andor, and they clearly are against it. So we're seeing a different type of example of how Andor's relationship with others are affecting people. The first time, everyone was fine with it and they were willing to risk their own safety for him. Now that is quite different. These people are not that willing to risk their lives for him, but they don't have a plan. They're putting their faith in the rebellion and what this will do. That's why they're risking their plan. That's why they're risking their lives. Now, something I'm hoping Andor can pick up from them, because we still have to see him awaken this within himself. It's there, we know it's there. He hates the Empire and probably would die trying to fight it, but he hasn't fully embraced that yet. This could be it. As for what's next, I guess we're going to be back into the sort of bridge thing between the initial setup and the actual climax of the arcs. So I think I'm expecting it to be a bit more slower, like episode 2 was for the first arc. Probably means more build up, more on Mon Mothma, probably dealing with her husband and just trying to, I guess, deal with maybe people that are against her in the Empire, which seems so interesting. Hopefully more on Luthen and just what he does in the Empire and what he's actually doing and what his plan on all of this is. I do not think that we'll be seeing the first move on the base yet. That's definitely in the 3rd episode. That's definitely the climactic thing. So probably just more preparation and Andor trying to learn everything and practice for the stuff. Because that could be nice. That could literally just be following him, practicing everything, and getting invested that way. Putting time and effort into something, so he realizes that he doesn't want to mess it up. He actually wants to be successful at it. I also do kind of hope that we get to go back to Bix and Marva, because I do like those characters. I feel like there's far more for them to do, and I want to see them again. I feel like they definitely have the potential to play very important roles, but I don't know when they could come back. They feel important. I want them to come back, but I don't know when. It would be nice if the next episode is able to balance between everything. I don't know if it can. This episode definitely chose not to, for good reason, and it would have made it even more difficult to deal with everything that it did, plus Bix and Marva stuff. But I do want to see their stories continue and just how they can work in with whatever Andor's doing now. Overall, though, this episode was really good. Love the setup for the new arc and where this is taking Andor. We can already see what sort of thing he's meant to get out of this, or at least the 2 options that he could. Either it's going to be a setback where he'll fail or ditch these people to save his own life, or he'll actually be with them, get a victory, and awaken a spark in him where he wants to fight the Empire. So it does that setup tremendously well, but then also setting up other things with the villains. It's taking a sidestep away from Khan and actually going towards someone else. We're getting to see Mon Mothma. It's building different things, because Khan got basically nothing in this. He got fired and has to live with his mum now. Instead, we get introduced to an ISB agent who's getting built up to be investigating Andor's crime and how it connects with her things. And then of course we get Mon Mothma's presence and what's going on with her. A lot is being built, and I love the sidestep away from Khan because it's just making it feel bigger. Andor joining the rebellion automatically makes it bigger. Now we have to deal with, because you can't just have Khan go against the rebellion, you now have to have a whole entity, a force behind it, the ISB. So this episode was just really good, and I can't wait to see how this arc will sort of come together, because I want to see how Khan, because Khan definitely ain't gone. He's got a story here. I can't wait to see how that fixes in with ISB now being the main presence against Andor and the rebellion, but also I can't wait to see how this plan might go off. I really don't know what option Andor might get at the end of this. Would this be successful and be a sort of a spark for him to join the rebellion fully and actually put all of his effort into fighting the Empire? Or would it fall apart? Would he fail these people and maybe choose a selfish point to then just flee like he has done before? But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments, and with that I will see you in the next one for season 1 episode 5. See ya!